Give it 60 seconds and we'll get cracking. Few peeps rolling in now. So just for now, we'll do our usual macro. So there we go, a few more. Good morning, Barney. GM curve. I reckon we're good to start, eh? Let's get cracking. Welcome to another week. And yeah, it looks like this time works for a few of our US friends. So make some noise in the Discord if you like these times. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to revert to the old one. So I'm going with what people want. So if you want these times, make some noise, put some votes, drop some comments. Let me know you like these times better, and we'll keep them. Perfect. They work for the US, AUS, Australia, and US. My bot arm is geared up and ready. Let's go, team. Okay, well, without any further ado, let's take a very quick look at where are we at. We are usual, right? We like to start always at a macro level with obviously Bitcoin dominance. Nothing new. This is going to take a few weeks to eventuate, so it's always good to keep an eye out. But we are approaching some really important levels here. I'm expecting some sort of reversal soon. We are filling those imbalances that we talked about now for a couple of weeks. You can see we filled up the first one already. Now it's just a matter of, do we go a little bit higher? I wouldn't surprise me to see Bitcoin dominance going back up in the 60 mid to high 60s. So maybe not high 60s because high 60s is 68 here, but 65 to 63, that kind of level. I love to see a big drop once we get up there. So for now, nothing new. We have rocking structure, so this is still a bearish chart, of course. And with that, we can expect ETHBTC to do the inverse. So I am still waiting for ETHBTC to drop a little bit and take out this low. Love to see coming back here. And another Stingray is also looking at this chart probably on a daily. So still waiting. I want to see this money taken out first. So that liquidity needs to go for me to be interested and swap some of my precious BTC into ETH first. So the ultimate goal is, of course, to get more BTC. But ETHBTC and BTC dominance, they're obviously inversely correlated. But let's immediately jump into a live setup. I know that we have attempted to short BTC here. We got stopped out. I am going in again. So this is a live setup. There's two live setups that I'm going to shout straight away. One is BTC. As you can see, it's already starting to run a little bit. I wanted to enter it with you guys live, but it's basically we saw this grab of liquidity. Now I really want to see some sort of close below this structure. And if you are patient, you want to be an absolute sniper, you might be able to catch a re-entry. But I am also leaning towards this is a good level here. There is a 30 minutes candle that I was eyeing, and it was on SOL actually. Basically, I wanted to see coming back into this week, but back into BTC, so we don't jump too much. I'm happy with this setup as is. So this is a live setup. I'm in. I'm in a short currently, and I am waiting. This is going to be my TP1, this is going to be my TP2, and obviously we've got TP3 down here. So as soon as we hit that kind of 114,400, I will definitely cover entry and see how we play out. So live setup on BTC. Happy, obviously, to be stopped out. Not happy. We're never happy to be stopped out, but there is liquidity here. So I just want to flag that. Make sure that you are aware, there is liquidity there. So it's a little bit on the riskier side, but I am happy. So BTC is a short. ETH, I am not seeing the same kind of structure. We covered it last week. I think it was when I saw this is the level that I'd be happy to short ETH from. We're not quite there just yet. So happy for a bit of a wait on ETH. I want to see it coming back into this level. It's not giving me the same structure. And if I was to pick, we always pick the setup that's got the best risk to reward, right? And SOL is very similar to, you can see, to ETH, so to BTC. In fact, is potentially even nicer. And the reason why I say this is if you look at, oh, where am I? It's my mouse right there. If you look at this 1 hour candle right here, this big push takes out this liquidity. This is the kind of candle that we like. These are called institutional candles. Big imbalance left behind. We tapped into it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful setup on SOL, just trading off this 1 hour candle right here. And looks like this might be even slightly late in comparison to BTC, which is already starting to move a little bit more. So if you were to jump on a setup right this second, I'd say Solana is probably the cleanest setup because it gives you a slightly better risk to reward. It hasn't started running yet, and you can see it's definitely creating some liquidity down here on the downside. With SOL, similar to what we said to BTC, as soon as it kind of hits this imbalance right here and it starts to feel some of this imbalance, I'd say immediately cover entry just to be on the safer side, because we are still on a bullish macro structure. So I want to see this level taken out, take some profit, and then if it does reverse, at least we have taking what we can from the market, and if obviously if it continues to slow out, we'll take some more profit as we scale down. But for now, there's two live setups. One is BTC and one is SOL. So do as you please, but I do really like this candle right here to play off SOL. It just makes sense. Also, it's part of my trading plan, so that's why I am taking it. XRP, we did obviously call this awesome candle up here, and I know some of you guys absolutely smashed it out of the park, so we absolutely sniped it. There was pretty much no drawdown. This was a clean setup, full TP. Yeah, it could have run a little bit lower, but basically the reason why I put the TP there, there was a lot of money and order block and orders sitting at this level, so that was a good area for me to full TP, and we did. So that's not an active trade. We have completed the full TP now. If I was to look at the similar setup, we could potentially play off this candle, but I just don't think we're going to get there. So yeah, I'm not touching XRP at the moment. I'm happy with my SOL and BTC short. Taking a look at some of the other pairs, I was quickly having a look at, so there's Crow that I know that some of us have been playing of. Kronos is just unstoppable. I was hoping for some sort of retracement down here. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, this pump was basically Trump declaring this as a part of the treasury. Doesn't look like it's coming back down. I think the mitigation was already in this candle right here, and now it's just gonna go up. So no point in chasing. G'day, Cappy. Thanks, legend. Awesome. We're in together. So another one that I am happy to hold from our entry, which was done here, and I'm still holding, was Centrifuge Finance. This was called a little while ago now, but yeah, it's performing really well. We're up 2x currently. My take profit still sits up here and up here, so I'm aiming for a 4 to 5x on Centrifuge Finance. Those were kind of like the long swings that I was really kind of eyeing in this current market. Not too much in terms of alts. There's no point of me going and chasing alts, or us going chasing alts. Of course, you can do whatever you want, but until ETHBTC really kind of starts moving, it's not going to be alt season anytime soon. So what I really want to see is another retest, and then the big explosion up for alts and for ETHBTC, of course. So I'm not chasing too many different alts at the moment, both in leverage and portfolio. I'm kind of sitting tight on my main four, being obviously BTC, ETH, SOL, and XRP. Maker is, this was an annoying setup on Maker because we almost, oh no, there you go, it triggered. Beautiful. I didn't even realize. So I'm active on, I took this on Bybit personally, but this was a clean setup. Beautiful. Look at that. Hey, so if you guys took it, and I'll call this in leverage, you should be active and in profit on Maker. This was a clean setup. It was pretty easy to spot. I'll run it through it. Boom. It was pretty clean. So there's obviously a big liquidity trend line happening there. Retail loves those lines. We know that. We like to take them out first. So wait for once we had the break of trend line, all we had to do is look for candles of interest. Of course, this was one of them. But there was also 4-hour and 1-hour candles. That was the 4-hour candle right there and the 1-hour candle. Let me just make it a little bit bigger so we can go up, and I'll show you the candle that we took the entry from. It was this nice big push. It was, in this case, was 2, but I consider this 1 block. So you can see this sell to buy move, which yes was retested, but that level ended up leaving behind this massive liquidity, equal lows, whatever you want to call it. You can see they drag all the way here. So I just basically wanted to see a retest of that candle, and we got it. So if you are in this trade with me, I say this is a TP1. Looks like about a 1-to-1. So and we are at a interesting level because structurally low or high to low. Yeah, we're at the 76. So take this as a TP1 right now. Take some profit. You know, I'm probably going to take about 25% when I jump off this call, and cover entry. So move your stop loss at break even. This way we are riding risk-free if the market does decide to reverse, of course. So we have 3 active trades, 2 current market price being SOL and BTC, and Maker, of course. We should have had that limit set up there. Perfect. So that's okay. That's okay. So it is what it is. You get there's always new trades. And to be perfectly honest, T1 Bay, I'm just seeing your comment in the chat. So we might actually get a retest. And the reason why I say just make sure you cover your entry. You can see this, and I'm sorry, I'm taking another second here on Maker. We have this area here which got taken out. Yes, sure. But this sell to buy move, it's the same candle that basically we will likely see retested before we move higher. Market doesn't just go straight straight up or straight down. It does retest. So there is a very strong chance that we might see a retest of this kind of level on Maker, I would wager. So 1800 is likely going to be retested, and potentially we'll see some bearish pressure, being a correction, of course, at this level. So something like this potentially happening on Maker. This is a swing, of course. So that's why I said make sure to take some profit now, because we are at a selling pressure node in the market. On hype, then, yep, let's have a little look. See, so we have hype. I think we looked at it last week as well. So hype was still going. So we're in a short currently. We called it a little while ago. It actually gave in an even better entry from when we entered. So this buy to sell move was perfectly retested. This would have been a nicer entry, but I didn't bother re-entering. So it missed out TP2 by a smidge. So we smashed through TP1 and TP2. So now it's just a matter of seeing what does the market want to do, right? You can see obviously we are moving sideways. So we've created liquidity. We've taken upside liquidity. Now it's just a matter of, do we continue lower? I would definitely say if you haven't done so and you were with me at this level, definitely take some profit now. I think I mentioned it the other day on Discord. Make sure to take some profit on this trade now. If you are not in trade, I wouldn't do too much. If anything, you could potentially have a long setup, because this was the the sell to buy move. But you won't, I don't want to call it out until I see some sort of breaker structure closing above this level. So hype is just basically forming liquidity currently. So sitting tight on my short at the moment. And then Palantir, yeah, so let's have a look at Snap as well. So we are looking at some options as well as some stocks. So Snapchat is basically just giving us another entry. So my thesis in Snapchat, for those of you who have been following some of my option trades, I'm currently in an option. I took an option up until January 27. So this is definitely a long-term play for me, and there is no reason why we will not go back up here into, say, some of these weekly kind of levels up here. So this is what the Snapchat trade looks like for me. It's just this is just a blip. We're still going to have many more earnings to come, but ultimately what I am targeting personally on Snapchat is this kind of level. So this is a big swing for me. Takes a long time. You can see just this move here to give you guys an understanding. Like, we look at this move. So it moves sideways for, what is that, from October 23? So a year and a half of just moving sideways. This is what stocks do, right? Like, it takes time. We've got equal highs up here, so this is just going to take some time for it to play out. You know, it'll probably do some sort of movement like this, and then eventually you move. So Snapchat, I'm still very much bullish long term. There's cash flow, everything, the books are looking good. Obviously earnings came out negative this one, but yeah, long term I'm not worried on Snapchat personally. So other stocks that I am eyeing. So I called 2 of them last week, and I hope you guys took them. I put them in the Discord. So first of all was ONDS and RCAT. So we called them last week. So this is on a daily. It was somewhere here when we called them. So we've gone up substantially just in the matter of a few days. So we're up. We're almost 88% on this holding in probably since the call. And the call, to be perfectly honest, might have even been down here. So we're up somewhere around the 100% on a stock, which is pretty insane if you ask me. And RCAT, which is RCAT Holdings, we called it down here. I said it's in the zone. Obviously, we had a very big expansion. This was the entry. I don't know when it's not loaded. There it is. This was our entry up here, 794. We ran all the way up to 10. So that was a nice 20, what is that, 25, 30% roughly. Yeah, 30% move just in a matter of 3 days, 4 days. And now it looks like we might just get another re-entry. So there might be another opportunity there for RCAT holding. But yeah, I'd probably be adding a little bit more to my position. You can see we are pushing higher, so I really like this. We're pushing higher. It's a good sign. We'll see now if we come back and fill some of these gaps or not. But very, very healthy sign of RCAT holding. The only thing that I do want to point out, obviously, we've got this big volume down here. We didn't quite fill the gap, which I would have loved to see. But yeah, I mean, it could just be a matter of fact that there was just too much demand, or we could just see a situation where we come back into the 76 AA6, which, as you can see, we just licked the 76 and fill the gap to then really just move higher. So long-term TPs for me are around the $15, 14 to 15 for RCAT holding. So a lot to go still in terms of, you know, if you enter a 7 again, you're doing it easy 2x on this stock, and potentially even higher. So those are the main 2 that I've been watching. Actually, not the main 2. There was a few more that I also said. There was RTX, KTOs, and General Dynamics. And yesterday I also called, this is literally just yesterday, United Health. It's pretty, and I'll show you guys why I'm interested in this. So if you go really always do higher time frame on stocks. This is on a weekly. You can see obviously we had a massive expansion on the way up. Then COVID came, massive expansion, retrace back down into COVID area. So we're now trading into COVID candle territory, which is fantastic for risk to reward. So 76, we are sitting at the AA6. the risk to reward on this is just makes sense. So enter at 245, you get up there just in this buy to sell move up here. This is a 2 plus X, so easy, and there is no reason why we shouldn't go higher. And for those of you who don't know, you might remember United Health was that company where the CEO got clipped outside of the office, the main office. I think it was the insurance policy stuff, but yeah, from a stock, yeah, that's right. From a stock perspective, to have it at these levels back here, risk to reward makes sense. And before you ask, Kurt, because I know you're going to ask the question, I'm not playing this as an option. This will be a portfolio play for me. So this will be not an option. I like to play option a little bit on the cheaper side personally, like stock around the $25 and lower. Otherwise, just I have too much capital tied into stock. But another option play that I'll be looking at deploying soon is GME. We talked about GME in the past, of course. I said if you watch back the recording, I want to see this liquidity level taken out first. So I'm not entering off this trend line. That's not how I trade. I like to see it taken out first. Once we see this trend line taken out first and potentially come and tap into this liquidity level down here. So $17 for me is an entry on GME. Definitely not entering in 22. And I'm not against, DCAing a little bit in portfolio if you want, but for me as an option, which this will be for me as an option, I want to see the $17 and change tapped first. So, but we're not there yet. That's why I haven't called it yet. So that's kind of it for stocks that I've been looking at. So there's a few, and then obviously we have XYZ, which is still doing fantastic. Nike, we're still doing really good from our entry. XYZ, we are up, so there's not much to see there. It's gonna continue going up, so we absolutely is not the entry, you can see. And Snapchat. Yeah, this is recorded, fam. This is recorded, so Jack's all good. And the audio is going, so it's all good. Snapchat, yeah, like I said, it's another entry for me. I'm just gonna add it to my position. I know there's a couple of you guys asked me in the chat the other day about Coinbase or Coin, what my thoughts are. I am being patient. So with Coinbase, I don't think this is still a good risk to reward to enter a position. Obviously, the best risk to reward was when we were talking about it down here at 140. But if you missed that train, that's okay. I still want to see a 250 coin before I take another position. So that is my, I guess, view on coin. Let it come back into this kind of level before deploying any new capital into the stock of Coinbase. So 250 is the level for me, or sub 260, and I think we'll get it. So just being patient. Let's have a look. What else we've got? A GME, sell weekly cover calls. Yeah, okay. I think for GME personally, because there's a lot of retail traders, right? Like it's the whole purpose of GME. Like we're not retail traders, but when there's retail traders, there's also smart money involved. So this is, bounced off that level, bounced off that level, bounced off that level, bounced off that level. How many times do you think, Chianti, that a trend line can hold? The more you tap a liquidity level like this, the weaker it gets. So these lines don't hold forever, right? That's right. It holds until it doesn't hold. And first tap, second tap, third tap, fourth tap. My prediction will be, we see some sort of bullish expansion back into this buy to sell move, and then we just melt on the way down. So this will be my my ideal setup on GME. I want to see this buy to sell tap right here, and then boom. And then we'll obviously go up. Cool. Let's have a quick look at other pairs. I said I'm not going too crazy on alts at the moment. There's just not it's just not enough I think liquidity in the altcoin market for me, one that I am waiting and being patient on is quant. We are reaching those levels, hopefully sub 100s again for a potential entry on a portfolio. So give me 90 to 85, and I think we could be this could be a portfolio play on quant. With obviously this was the portfolio play. If you took it, great. If not, don't chase now. Wait until we get sub 100 again, which I think we might get soon. So quant is one that I've been kind of eyeing on a semi-regular basis. Casper, there's nothing at the moment that tells me, this is not the buy situation. The buy situation was here, which once again we took. There's still a lot of liquidity down here. So, and another we tapped into it. I think we might see a retest of the 7 cents on Casper. So I'm not going to add to my position at 8 cents. Obviously, if your position was up here, then great. Let it come lower and you can average down your position. But if your position was, we started building a position on the Discord at really, really cheap. So this was our entries down here at 5 to 6 cents, and then again at 6 cents. So no point in getting a worse, I guess, or adding to my position at a worse price. So I'm just gonna let this run and see how it goes. And audio is recording. Thanks, fam. Yes, last time it didn't record, but I can see on OBS the little mic is working. So thanks for that, and it's all looking good. Grass is chilling now. We have reached. I think this is one that I personally going to be buying, and it's a risky move, so I don't expect anyone to follow, but I'll run you guys through my thesis anyway. So obviously AI, data, we all know what Grass is, right? Like it's a node, basically leverages your data, leverages your internet connection, we are at crazy levels. So 786, 886 got obliterated. We are way past that now, and we are trading pretty much at an all-time low, right? So you can see prices starting to stall a little bit. And look, I'm not saying you can't do another one of these with another drop, but it's definitely coming at a level now where, 55 to 60 cents. So in this kind of scenario here, if I do, and this is not going to be for leverage, mind you, because we don't know where the bottom is. This is for portfolio, but I'll just do the long just to give you guys an idea. So an entry at current market price is 67, and you get to $1.80 if it gets up there. So that's almost a 3x. Not bad, but I'd love to see this coming back down potentially to the lows and give us that 245%. So, and it wouldn't surprise me if it come back up here. The risk to reward on Grass just makes sense in my opinion at the moment. So I haven't called it out yet because I want to see some volume coming in, and we haven't had that volume. You can see the volume is pretty much just flat. There's nothing there. The moment I see a spike in volume, and doesn't have to be huge like at the beginning, but you can see this kind of spikes right here, usually they precede an expansion. So give me a bit of a spike in volume, and then we'll have a look at Grass. TAO has been a good one as well to keep an eye on. I think we're not quite there yet, but you can see we've had a really nice move up. So we've gone from 300 all the way to 450, 460, and now we retraced pretty much 88.6 of that move. So we are, I think, at a really good, 786, 886. So TAO is actually looking pretty good and primed here for a long, in my opinion, very soon. And this one you could potentially take on leverage as well. Something like this at current market price, I don't necessarily mind it. And this is obviously, I'm looking on it daily, so we will want to be a bit more precise, and I'm doing this at a very high level. But if we go on a 4 hour, nothing there that is jumping at my attention, nothing. 1 hour potential, we could play off this imbalance. So if we get something like this for TAO, and playing off this imbalance right here. This could be a nice entry. 15 minutes. I like that sell to buy candle right here. Here. So, and you can see this imbalance has already been filled by this wick. So I'm not going to play off that again. Yeah, I like that. I don't mind that as a long setup for TAO. Playing back into the 15 minutes and into the 1 hour candle as well. So this is, there you go, 4th setup. So we've got 3 live setups, 2 at current market price and 1 that we shot. And then obviously we have another one setting up potentially for TAO. Cool. Yep, I'll be happy to take that. I'm probably going to take this after the live. We had Ton. We talked about the only network playing this range, ping pong. You can see just basically now it's taking the highs, and I think we're gonna get a rejection here. Looks like it. I don't think. We might hopefully get a rejection and push higher. If not, we will likely come back and fill some of those before we go higher. But I'm still uber bullish on the only network for all the reasons that I keep saying every week, which is it just makes sense. Some projects just make sense. STX has been a nice setup eventuating. I haven't called it out yet because we're still so far away, but might as well just give you guys the setup now so you can put some alerts. This is the candle that I want to see on STX. So we have now broken this massive liquidity trend line that we were forming for quite some time, since end of June. And I want to see, we're now playing to the 50-61.8. So it is at an important level. You can see node in the market, order block, call it whatever you want. But this is the candle that I'm patiently waiting on STX. So once we get up there, or down there, I should say, I'll call it out in the Discord and we'll have a nice long setup. But you can set up your own alerts if you like. Just coordinates are 58 cents, 58, 0.582. So that is. Thanks, Guppy. Thanks for kicking in, brother. Good to see you. That is pretty much the setups that I have been looking at. So quite a few that are still to eventuate, and then obviously we've got our 4 live setup. Cool. But looks like overall the market is retracing. We have another entry potentially on RSC coming back into this level. I'd love to see that. We're obviously taking out the trend line here. So this is a project that anytime it gets in my green box, I'm basically buying more of. Obviously not buying personally any here now, but give me sub 36 cents RSC and I'm a buyer. Let's have a look. Oh, that's awesome, Barney. Thanks, man. Yes, that's correct. Yes, so you have gains.trade has lets you trade oil, lets you trade commodities, lets you trade gold, lets you trade a bunch of things. So speaking of gold, let's have a little look-see as to what is happening in gold. So gold is, this was a beautiful trade on gold that we took on the Discord, which went to full TP, of course. And I did mention that you likely would have run higher, and it did, but I was happy to take profit here. I think gold might give us potentially some sort of retracement down. So close below here, give me a retest, and I'm short. But I want to see a very decisive close below this level, on at least on an hourly basis that I'm looking at. You can see this liquidity down here. There is a sell to buy move into the 1 hour. So I am kind of chilling on gold, not doing too much. The level that we are at is a good level to short. We're at 618, but we could potentially see still another push up before we go down. So this will be a better level to short. We might not get it though, because the gold is heavily manipulated. So before, I'm not calling anything just yet on gold, but just be aware that a close below this level will be a good signal for us to wait for a retracement to then short. We want to see the reaction at this level right here, this 1 hour candle. You can see the 2 hour already got mitigated. Some of the imbalance did get mitigated, but not quite all of it. There's a lot of money sitting in this imbalance right here. So I think we'll get a retest of that level eventually. That's okay. There's always more trades. There's always more trades, fam. Always. Yeah. So and look, you don't win them all. Like I'll show you. Like this is live trades. You know, I've lost this trade. I didn't even get back in. Like the enter here. Here I moved the stop to break even, so I didn't actually lose money. But here I was just too early. You know, sometimes you're just too early. The direction was right, but sometimes you're just too early. And sometimes you do catch them. Like this Euro USD, I caught a Euro USD beautiful, was still running for me. And the trade up, once you see the trade up, like the trade setups for me are pretty similar, right? Like you always play with the Fibonacci level. You can see I've got Fib clusters. This was a 50, 61, 8. All you do is just be patient. You just be patient and you try. And if it stops you out, well, then so be it. I'm risking, 1% of my trade, 0.5%. But if I enter again, I've got a 1, 2, 3. That just makes sense. So same setup for GU, Euro and G. I was too early on this one, and here I'm in. So same setup, same trade. Don't be scared of taking trades. I think that's the main takeaway. So if you see a setup and it fits your confirmation, then just take it. You need to take your trades, the wins and the losses, to give yourself some confidence. Okay. Cool beans, team. I am pretty much run through everything that I wanted to run through with you guys. So unless there's any questions in the chat, let me know, of course, if you want me to take a look at any other charts, stocks, or anything like that. So happy to take a look. Beautiful. No, we all good? All right, team. Well, thank you. I hope that it looks like this time zone really works for quite a few people. So we might just keep it this time. And thank you, Daza. Thank you. Thanks, fam. All right, fam. Have a great rest of your week. And as always, thank you for tuning in live or watching the recording. Catch you guys next week.